Dillian the body snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
So how about that? For those of you who watched the fight, of course, well, this was a 12-round fight and the fight gets stopped in round number 10. Spoiler alert, Joyce stops down Dubois with a jab. Now, I don't want it to look like it was just a jab and then he got knocked out, not at all. For those of you who didn't see it, down Dubois, he had a swollen left eye and it was swollen for pretty much round 3, I would say. And he was fighting with one eye pretty much for the remainder of the fight, and Joyce was just peppering him with a jab, just constant heavy jab. Joyce wasn't really throwing the right hand at all. It was literally jabbing him. That's what he's doing. It's called boxing, people. This is what he's supposed to do. He used his couple of reach advantage to his own advantage and utilized it exactly how it should have been. Dubois done very well in this fight, by the way. He has nothing to be ashamed of. Honestly, he doesn't. Now, I know people will say, well, did Dubois quit? It's arguable. It's arguable, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, you could see for like the last couple of rounds that Dubois, whenever he's getting his corner team putting on some kind of treatment on that swollen eye, you could see the pain in his face. You have to remember, he's still a very young man. He's 23 years old. And arguably that this fight was too early for him. But it was a close fight, let's be honest. It was a close fight. I did have Joyce winning this fight up to this point, by the way. But for me, Dubois has got nothing to be ashamed of. I don't want to hear about how he quit and this, that and the other. I understand for those who may say that he did, and that may be a little bit alarming for a lot of people, because obviously a lot of people were putting a lot of stock into Dubois to go on and achieve great things. And I still think that he will. It's just that this bump may have come a little bit early in his career. I said it before the fight and I'll say it again. The loser of this fight can still come again. There's no problems with that whatsoever. Dubois, listen man, you got absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. At the end of the day, he was landing some big bombs on Joyce. They weren't flush because Joyce quite early on figured it out just by using the jab, and he'll keep on moving to his own right, down Dubois' left. So whenever Joyce would receive the right hand from Dubois, some of the sting was taken out. So I think it just got to the point where I think maybe Dubois thought, I ain't going to get him out of here. I'm probably way behind on the scorecards. That's it. I've had enough. But as I said, he was in a lot of pain. He was in a lot of pain. And you can see that. And I think people forget that these are, yes, they're boxers. Yes, they're warriors. Yes, they're gladiators. But they're still people. You know, they still hurt and feel the same way that we do as well. But listen, either way, congratulations to Joyce. I did have Joyce winning that fight up to that point by about 2 or 3 rounds, I think it was. But either way, it's an excellent, mature performance from Joyce, that's for sure. You can see Joyce, he wasn't trying to take Dubois out there. He was just going to pepper him all night. That's what he's going to do, frustrate him. And the only real alarming signs that I had from Dubois is that from round number 3, at times, Dubois would blow. It's like he was starting to gas out at times. Then he would recover into like the next round. Then the round after, he'd start to blow again. And I'm like, okay, his conditioning ain't the best. And I think maybe he might be a little bit too bulky. Much like a lot of people were saying about Anthony Joshua and that at times. Either way, listen, man, Dubois, nothing to be ashamed of. I thought he put on a good performance, by the way. He weren't winning the fight, in my opinion. And, okay, so he went down from a jab. He took a knee. The referee was counting in front of him. And he didn't really make an attempt to get up until the referee said 10. I know the talking point will be Dubois quit. But, hey, at the end of the day, 23 years old. He's still a babby as far as the boxing career is going. Either way, drop your thoughts below about it, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all on the next video.